SIXERS. Oh, let's go. Let's go. Gutsy win by the Sixers. Gutsy win by the Sixers in Oracle. In Oracle, they beat the Warriors. They take down the Warriors, and just in the fashion that they did it. I understand that there was no Klay Thompson, but that doesn't mean that this Warriors team is a bad basketball squad. Outside of that, we all know they have 5 million other stars on this team. What a win! The way that we started this game off. Sloppy as hell. What 6, 7 turnovers early into this basketball game? Joel Embiid getting eaten up alive by Boogie Cousins? The only reason why we were in this game was because of Ben Simmons. Was because of Ben Simmons, who was dominant all game long. He was a star, showing why he was an all-star selection. We showed true character coming down the stretch in this game. Up late against that team in their building with that type of electric vibe going on. I am just so proud of this basketball team. It was terrible in the first half, I'll be honest with you. The fact that it was a 7-point game, it was a 7-point game at half when Jimmy Butler goes 0 for 5 with 0 points. When Joel Embiid has 7 turnovers. And Joel couldn't get anything going. It was that bad in the first half. We had guys like Landry Shamet, though, step up. Landry Shamet had his best sequence of his NBA career to this date. Chase down block, 4-point play on the other side of the court. Amazing. It was a 7-point game at half. When Bolden and Landry Shamet outplayed Joel Embiid and Jimmy Butler. You're stunned to see it. You're stunned to see it. I thought everyone played part in this game by the end of it. By the end of it, everyone did something that was beneficial. Both teams finished the day with 30 assists. See, that was one big thing for me. We both moved the basketball well all around. We moved the basketball well. They moved the basketball well. We both end up with 30 assists. I was going to see how that played out tonight. It's funny because, and people might argue that Klay Thompson would change this and change that, but this is reality. This is how it finished. Steph Curry hit 10 of their 11 threes. Besides a Kevin Durant late 3, Curry did all the damage. They couldn't shoot it all from the 3-point line, which is odd for that team, of course, but he was the only one hitting him. Now, he went off. He had 41 points, and he did everything he could, but what a gutsy win by this team. Ben Simmons was a legitimate superstar tonight. He was a superstar. You know when he tweets out, Ben Simmons is a big tweeter, he tweets out the emojis with, blowing out of his nose like he's about to go off. That's how he played tonight. His stat line read 26 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. He was literally dribbling to the middle of the court, midair behind his back to Jimmy Butler, who drains one late. He was all over the place. Joel Embiid was great in the second half. He was dominating, backing up into the post, getting where he wanted to on the floor. In the second half, absolutely he was. He finished with 26 and 20, which is crazy because what? He had literally probably the worst half we've ever seen him play in the first half when it came to turning the ball over, sloppy play. The Warriors did a great job of double-teaming him and giving him different looks and coming at different angles, and that really irritated him. You could just tell completely. One thing I want to mention, 13 turnovers in the first half, 6 in the second. I always laugh at this sarcastically, but isn't it ironic? If you keep the ball in your possession, you do a better job. So the third quarter starts when we're down 7, right? The Warriors, that's their thing, their third quarter. It's amazing. We outscored them 42-24. We went off in the third quarter. Players making plays. Big shots being hit. That was it. That was a big transition period. Now, Wilson Chandler leaves the game, and that hurts the rotation. Brett Brown's rotation is all over the place anyway, but losing someone like Wilson Chandler, it affected how the lineup was going to be. Late in the fourth quarter, with 5-6 minutes left, we still had Bolden and Shaman out there, which I wasn't mad at. Because of the way that they played tonight, but the rotation was messed up due to the fact that Wilson Chandler couldn't go. So I want to talk about this late stretch. This late stretch that we finished the game on. This is a tough environment. That place is loud as hell. And we fought, and we won, and we grinded this bad boy out. So with 3 minutes left, we're up 8. And Curry drains a 3. The ball gets kept in, crazy saves from out of bounds, and Curry finds a wide open quick shot from the corner. And Embiid takes it down the other end, slows the game down a little bit, which I like. Don't rush it, don't slow the game down, get fouled. He puts his back to the basket, he hits both of his free throws. Then Ben Simmons, on the other side of the floor, swats Steph Curry from the three-point line. Swats. Block. Give me that. I mean, he's doing it all over the place, not just offensively, not just grabbing those hard boards, not just making those amazing assists, not just dominating, scoring the basketball and getting to the rim at will. On the defensive side of the floor. Gets a swat at the three-point line. Embiid turns it over on the other side. Keep in mind, this is, under 3 minutes, under 2 minutes at this point. Mike Muscala with a monster block. Jimmy Butler gets a steal, too. Down the stretch, very important. See, Jimmy didn't have the greatest game. I will say that. He didn't have the greatest game, but down the stretch, late in the game, he had the ball in his hands. He came up with a big steal on Kevin Durant late, which contributed to the win. And B gets fouled. Steph Curry drains another 3. We're up 6 with 1 minute left. We actually turned the ball over between Jimmy Butler and Mike Muscala, which was just a weird play call to begin with. I don't know why those two would be playing a two-man game at that point, but that is what happened. And Steph Curry gets another chance at the end. He ends up airballing it. J.J. Redick hits a monster 3. That 3-minute stretch, that showed heart to find a way to win that basketball game. It was won in the third quarter when Embiid came out and Ben came out and they dominated him. And players like Landry Shamet stepped up. That chase down block, the 4-point play, was electric. Bolden coming in, hitting 3 points, just being aggressive on the defensive side. He was great. Moose off the bench, great. Now, TJ was in there for some minutes. He did what he does. There was one time, though, KD had TJ McConnell kind of in the post. He does like a one-leg fadeaway, drains it with ease, and kind of laughs, like literally laughs in his face. And I felt bad. Like, TJ, you really can't do anything. It's not your fault. That's not your fault. Like, KD is going to take advantage of that all day long. And he did just that. Just remarkable, though. I really am proud of this basketball team. And I was even saying, down the stretch, just the fact that where we were in the beginning of this game, the sloppy play, the obnoxious amount of turnovers. I mean, it was a terrible start. The fact that Embiid and Jimmy Butler were just off their games completely. Ben carried the squad. Guys like Landry Shamet and Jonah Bolden helped this team stay involved, made it a 7-point game, and came out in the third quarter and put on that type of display. I am just so proud of this team. Remarkable. Greasy, grindy win. And out-battled and outperformed late in the game, not arguably, it's not even argued, the best team in the NBA. In their building. When it gets crazy and obnoxious there. And props goes to Ben Simmons. Because he was engaged from the start. Not that I'm taking away from anybody else, but Ben gets voted for the All-Star game. He hears the noise, and what do you got to say? Because the guy was electric. He was dominant on both sides of the floor. And everyone, even though you can look at JJ and it wasn't a monster night, and Jimmy wasn't a monster night, and Joel wasn't a great first half, everyone contributed in a way tonight. to get this win. And just what a serious, great win. And the thing is, it brings the team's morale up. The team is feeling a little bit cocky in a good way. And let's see where it goes moving forward and see how we can finish this bad boy up. So a monster win. I mean, there's no doubt about it. Monster win. Let me know what you think down below. I'll see you next time.